Hello and welcome to the Byzantian Brewscast. This episode brought to you by chocolate and caffeine. I have consumed a lot of both, and I am very hypeful today. Yes, so our hosts, Byzantian Dev and Kelly Jigsaw, are here to regale your ears with homebrew chat, complaints about Wizards of the Coast, and other things.
Yes, welcome back. It's been a fortnight. Yeah.
Yes, it's been a week because I couldn't do stuff last week because I had other coursework to do, but now the actual coursework end of things is done. So I'm very happy with that. I'll get my certificate through the post in a few weeks, I think. So I'm happy about that. Just gotta wait for final marking, really. How's your week been? Oh. Eto?
Icons.
Are you back or? Oh, okay. Let's give him a second. I think his connection's gone or something. Ah, there we go.
Why? I don't know. Oh, God, it's only with tech issues.
Yeah. So, how has your week been?
Oh, it's been one of those weird weeks where you just get minorly ill all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
It's seasonal. That's been me all my last 9 days.
Ooh, yikers.
So first I got an ear blockage, which I'm 9 days into.
Yikes.
I'm mostly here.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got a cold for 4 days.
Oof.
And because I've been on a nice stony reservoir for a charity event, wearing giant mascot shoes, I think I've done something to the ball of my foot.
Oh, jeez, crikey!
And was at an event today, sort of limping along for that. So that was so much fun. So I put myself through the wars this week. Just kind of glad to be alive.
Yeah, sometimes some weeks are just like, it's like pelting you down with covering fire, you know? It's just like, nothing major, but it's like lots of little things, like,
Yes, it's never been enough to take me out of action, but it's just enough to be a right pain in the bum. And I've got a music festival next Saturday, so if I don't have my hearing sorted, I'll be very annoyed.
I can imagine. Yeah, that would be pretty
annoying. And I can't exactly book a £60 thing to get it just vacuumed out.
Yeah.
This is like a week-plus waiting list for that, which is fun.
Ugh.
So my backup plan is to spend, frankly, what is a little too much, on some. I never heard of these, but ear candles.
Right.
Which are exactly what you think, but rather than wax, they sort of soothe your ear, then apparently sort of suck up some of the worst bits.
Lovely.
I would have done it myself, but you literally can't do it yourself.
Ah.
So I'm waiting for the folks to come back sort of on Wednesday to even have that as an option. Because it's been a week.
Sheesh. Well, I hope you get better soon, my friend.
Well, I've got like another
what? Uh-oh. This is gone again. Hang on, I've got to be prepared for this.
Again, third time's a charm.
Ah, there you are.
Why? I don't. Yes, I've done a lot this week. Yeah, it was a weird one. So it's the event, the reservoir event was fun for the most part. A dragon boat race thing. There's sponsoring it. So
Nice.
Problem was there's some weird stuff happened. So Hetty was asked for a photo with some guy's son who was like been older than 3 or 4.
Uh-huh.
Be normal. Then he just sort of like gives me, like, sort of thrusts the child at me. So I'm
Oh,
left holding his son,
that's...
not knowing how to hold him, by the way. So very
Yeah.
interesting. And I didn't move a muscle because I was thinking, this is. I'm not really a health and safety guy, but
Yeah.
this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's Disney rules about this kind of stuff. So that was fun. Same thing happened with someone's dog. It was very cute, but again, I could sort of sense the dog wasn't massively into it at the start.
Yeah.
But then it's already in my arms. So I'm like, oh, God, right. Then I had this horrible fear because I'm holding one hand's holding its butt up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel some. It didn't happen, thank God, but it felt something warm, kind of moving about. Oh no! But don't shit on this. Don't shit on the costume. And it didn't. The dog's credit. So I found some time after the event to be like. So I found some time after the event to be like, okay, if we got a DJ or someone on the mic at these events, Hetty does not pick up children. She does not pick up dogs.
Yeah.
This is going to have to be a new rule going forward. I didn't have to say that, but now Hetty's TOCs have been updated. That's fun.
It has to be done, It has to be done. Health and safety, all that. Health and
Yeah, it was.
safety.
I was more concerned about the child, though, to be honest, because just thinking, I'm not the kind of guy that would steal the child. But what if I was, and he's just given me his son?
Yeah.
That's just like, sir, that's really irresponsible. What are you doing?
People are strange creatures.
And then, like, both days, it was amazing. I've never, this doesn't happen that much. But both days, I had some gaggle of kids just trying to sneak into the tent and getting changed in. And then do the shithead thing of pretend they're going to tell younger kids.
Yeah, that's like, bruh.
It's like, what, do you tell kids about Santa as well? I didn't say that, but I was thinking that.
Yeah.
So most kids were lovely, but there was some this weekend. They were not nice. They were not nice children sometimes this weekend.
Yeah, sometimes you just get asshole kids and you just kind of have to grin and bear it.
No, what I find, they're usually between 8 and 12.
Yep, that's kind of like the prime age, just bastard kid.
See, some 8-year-olds are perfectly fine. They're great. But, oh God, there's always some. And they both events, I don't know what's happened. There must have been drawn to the events this week.
Yeah.
What else been doing? Boring Aldi shopping. I now exclusively shop at Aldi, apparently. Because I see the prices everywhere else and go, nope, and get it half price at Aldi. It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's like the mayonnaise. It's like Hellman's level mayonnaise. Near enough like quality.
They shave off an L.
Yeah.
Or they'd add an L.
Yeah, and it's like half. It's like, in fact, with the fucking mayonnaise, like a quarter the price.
Yeah.
Like Hellman's is like stupid expensive now. It's like, why would I buy that when I could just get Aldi mayo and it's as good as and a quarter the price? Makes no sense. Make sense, people.
Case in point, over the last couple of months, I've had to go and buy dishwasher stuff, like the tablets. And both time, and the first one I had to get from Tesco because it was on the way. Cost me £6, which wasn't that bad. Aldi, yeah, it's a smaller box, but it was half the price.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? Sod it. I'm just an Aldi elitist now. I accept my place in the shopping universe.
And Aldi does some really interesting, like, limited stuff as well. Like, they'll have, like, I liked it when they did a few years ago. They had the Jaffa cake flavored tea.
Ooh,
it was.
Tastes like Jaffa cake?
Yeah, like, but It kind of had like that taste of you've done like 3 or 4 Jaffa cakes in your tea, so it's subtle, but nice, and it's just little things.
Hint of Jaffa cake.
Yeah, it's like little things like that. It's just like, oh, that's interesting. That's different. That's mirthful, and again, not terribly expensive.
They roll out every now and again.
Yeah, I do enjoy. There's just sort of random. Here's this, thing, or like some weird biscuit types, and like they're doing it like New Yorker biscuits now, like the chocolate filling, and I'm like, that's nice. New Yorker style cookies.
Are they agreed on if it's a biscuit or a cake yet with Jaffa cakes?
So it's a cake. It's a cake because it gets around. Basically, chocolate covered biscuits are subject to a higher VAT bracket. So they legally argued it's a cake. It's a miniature cake.
That's my first thought. Just say you're a cake.
Yeah. So it's entirely a tax thing. Speaking of Jaffa cakes,
so
though,
funny.
that's one of the few things that I will say that I prefer the named brand of compared to the non-brand versions.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Because even the Aldi ones are all right, but they're still not quite as good as actual McVitie's Jaffa cakes. And some Jaffa cakes they're just hard. It's really weird. How do you?
It's a weird flavour Jaffa cake as well. So
yeah, it's a hard one to get right. That.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So, on to our first topic.
Non-biscuit news stuff.
Yes, on non-biscuit news. What we got for Tabletop Book Club this week?
I've been reading through the cursed module we never finished. Rereading my PDF of it anyway. For Descent into Avernus or Avernus, or however pronouncing it this week.
No.
I like this module.
Yeah.
But it is the most cursed thing because we never finished it, so that's one reason.
Yeah. One thing I found really interesting with that module is it has some interesting like vehicle stuff to do with it. The soul coin wagons and stuff, and the soul coin concept is fine, but it's just like, okay, you develop this entire system for vehicle-based combat, and then never used it again. Never, not even once.
It was an idea. Now, the thing that rereading it that was struck me the most was, the first half before you ever go to the Nine Hells.
Yeah.
Is largely pointless.
Yep.
Like you do not have to. You could argue it's to build levels up, but why not just say, start level whatever?
Yeah.
It's a cool idea, and I do love the whole sauna hidden dungeon. But you don't need it. You could just start off in the Nine Hells and go from there, because that's when the actual...
Yeah, heck, you could start off in El Terrell as it's falling into the blinking, into
that's
the...
a perfect place to start.
You're a bunch of adventurers, shit's gone to fucking hell in a handbasket. Objective 1, survive and fucking hide and wait for the main sort of shit to end and get some cool set dressing as you're like watching out for like a boarded window or whatever. Bing! Yeah. Done. Falling into hell. Oh shit, that was kind of scary. Now deal with the aftermath.
There's that, and what's gone? That's really annoying. That and here's what I think is a hot take, but one thing I would love to do if I was to run it is I would cut out the hell cars entirely, just not use them.
Yeah, it's like, why are they there?
My reasoning is not because I don't like fun or anything. I was sold this module back in the day on we're going to hell, and there's 9 of them.
Yeah.
In spirit of that, I'd rather run it really hardcore instead. Say, nope, no hell cars, no speed ups. We're going to go through some of the layers of hell for this actual adventure.
Ooh.
Because I thought it's a cool idea, but doesn't it make things a little too easy?
Yes, it kind of makes it feel a bit like Mad Maxy as well. It's like cool
that can live with. These always been a little bit gonzo.
Yeah,
but it's more that when you're selling me a module where we go to hell, I don't want an easy ride.
Yes.
I want to feel dread.
Hmm.
And I know that's going to probably wind a lot of people up because they like the hell cars, but I just think it makes it too easy.
Yeah, there's also kind of gets rid of the whole survival aspect, a lot of it as well.
Yeah, that's more my point.
Like,
That's more my point.
hell is
Um,
literally designed to be an inhospitable environment.
or if you were to have the hell cars, it would like require some sort of save to use them.
Yeah. Or
There
just
would be
makes,
some horrible downside
or
to it.
do it like how, I mean, admittedly, like, kind of fall back on that themselves, but you know, like how Fallout 4 had the power armor with the actual fusion cores? Make it so that the soul
Yes.
coins are really fucking hard to get hold of. So when you get one, you actually care. Or make it so that, you know, you can travel a certain distance, then you have to go and get
That's
another
it.
soul coin, and make that whole getting a soul coin a side quest or an adventure part in of itself. So you can have your car cake and your survival cake and eat it too. It's a bit like, have you seen the indie game that's out at the moment, The Long Drive?
Yes.
Kind of like that, so it's like scavenging, and maybe you find, like, you know, the equivalent for soul scent, which is like equivalent to maybe like,
Yeah.
you know, 20 seconds of fuel, if that. So you've really
Or
got to
or or we do
conserve
a proper devil's bargain. Where if you, it's probably role player based,
Hmm.
but if you don't argue your pact well enough, you get like it's almost like you get like one of the body of like one of those kit cars rather than the actual armed one.
Yeah.
So you get a really shit one if you just if you lawyer it wrong. It'd be
I'm
quite
just
funny.
imagining like the jalopy version of a hell car now. See, that's
Yeah.
a fucking adventure. Trying to like get from one end of the line of hells and the other in a fucking like jalopy ass hell car that will
Yeah, so you
break
literally
down every like
scavenge
20
parts because
miles.
you're
Yeah.
literally driving
A bit like
a very small road car.
Pacific Drive. That's another one that's kind of same kind of concept, if you've seen that, which also goes to the horror aspect, kind of interestingly enough. This idea that you've got, like, you know, scavenge parts, rebuild doors and bits of the car, etc., as you're
Yeah.
going along and try and survive the weird non-Euclidean shit that's happening. If they'd done that kind of aspect, Descent of Avernus would be like a million times more interesting.
But the other thing that does disappoint me about it is that I was falsely under the impression that you'd be going through all the 9 hells. So
Yeah,
weirdly, I would change some of that instead of
yeah,
do
they
more of
like
them.
skipped several of the layers. In fact,
There was a whole,
oh,
and it just describes all the 9 hells. Everyone's thinking, "Oh God, oh, we don't
yeah,
go there." Sounds awful, but every one was like that.
yeah.
People through some of that.
So that's, yeah. When do we get to go there then, or when do we get to experience that? You kind of don't. It's optional.
They tell you about all the 9 hells, but you really just go to the first layer.
Yeah,
It's a bit like, okay, cool, I guess.
and half of it's technically a place that's not in that, you know, that got shoehorned into
Yes.
hell.
And looking back on it, the whole supposed big plot twist isn't really much of a plot twist.
Yeah,
I mean, the plot twist that some guy is doing infernal magic. I mean, the title is a bit of a giveaway. Ignoring that, the fact that everything that you're investigating is infernal or devil based in nature isn't really a surprise when the guy that's slightly shifty turns out to be into devil
you
rituals.
know what it is? It's a Scooby Doo investigation.
Yes, yes.
It's like, Old Man Jenkins! I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for them meddling adventurers and their damn bird. Caw-caw!
Yeah, there's also there's an early encounter with a bandit chief. Was it bandit
Yeah,
captain?
the
Bandit chief?
flipping, yeah, bandit chief. You know, like the what, like CR fucking 5 or something. The pirate captain. So that's bizarre.
Yeah, I remember when we ran it. When we were going through it, we were wondering why this guy's so tough. This doesn't seem balanced for level 1. It's not. It's really not. Also, it's probably got like the most cursed item in any module ever.
Oh, the fucking shield that. The shield that makes no sense being there.
There's a shield you can get in the thing
Yeah.
at some point. But the Pit Fiend in it, and this caused in-character arguments. The Pit Fiend never gets out.
It never really contributes to the plot after you find it, really. Like, oh, okay. So, I'm really scary and spooky, and I've got power, and
Yeah,
so
I was so sure. I was so sure there was an option to, pardon me, release it, and then you'd have to have a boss fight, and then it'd be really hard encounter. But it never comes up in the official play.
Yeah, it's like, what? There's not even like a
So, yeah,
suggestion of what players could do with it. Like, oh, maybe you could trade it in for a couple of soul coins, since Pit Fiend and whatnot. Maybe it would
I wonder
look
what
nice in some
happened
Devil's
if you'd
Mountain
thrown
place.
Like, I wonder what would have happened if you tossed it into the River Styx.
Bro's just like, Bro goes back to being a level 1 Lemurei. Lemau.
Yeah, he wouldn't remember his. Yeah, that's always a really fun concept. Is that it's not really. It's like the Feywild. This part they don't explore much. With the Feywild, one of the main things is it messes with time.
Yeah.
That's not really played on enough, I think, because that's probably the scariest thing about it. So for those that don't read quite as much of the lore of it, the Feywild is the place where fairies, most wood elves, and stuff hang about. But if you go there for 5 minutes, there's no guarantee that 5 minutes have passed outside the Feywild.
Yeah.
So it could be up to 50 years, or 5 years, or 100 years, or something silly.
Or like you could have spent years in there, and it could have been like 20 seconds in the real world. It's like, what? They have the opposite problem. What the heck? Or find out you've somehow gone back in time.
Yeah. That would explain player behavior, actually, wouldn't it? They always went to the Feywild one too many times.
Just, yeah.
They all think they're in Groundhog Day. No, but the River Styx has a similar thing, but it makes you forget your entire identity.
Mm.
So my thought was, would the Pit Fiend would the shield prevent it from forgetting it was a Pit Fiend, or would it be a weird amnesiac inanimate shield?
That would be very strange. I think this is a question for our resident demonologist. Hello, I'm on the show. Hello. So here's the thing. Because technically they are banished to a demi-plane. They are technically not quote unquote in the shield. They are banished in a demi-plane, and so therefore, if you toss the shield into the River Styx, they will be fine, so long as the shield isn't damaged in the river, thus releasing the demon into the river. Okay, hope that helps. Bye-bye. So that's our resident demonologist. She's very knowledgeable.
Is that going to be like a pseudo bit?
Yeah,
Heather's Demology Corner.
The occasional bit, just Heather's input on devils and demons. She has
like a documentary.
Yeah, so her major is in demonology, but her minor is devilology.
I love that. That's the most suspicious thing.
Yeah. Well, you never want to accident.
It's constantly having to explain that she's not actually into summoning them.
Just research and being an actual professor.
Suspicious amounts of information about them.
Well, it's my view with her was always kind of the defense against the dark arts teacher type kind of thing of just yeah, someone's got to know this shit, because not knowing about the abyss and accidentally winding up there as an adventurer, probably really fucking shitty thing to occur. Arming yourself with knowledge is...
You've accidentally made a Van Helsing character, but only for fiends.
Kinda, yeah.
But you just show up in a strange village that's got a fiend problem, and no one believes you because you're a Weird Al person who knows way too much about demonology.
The only thing that like prevents her from being more suspicious is just how weirdly nice and wholesome she is. Like, surely this person can't be some weird cultist, because they are like just polite and well-mannered. They're not like your usual warlock or weirdo.
There's some Cambridge like lecturer.
Yeah. Like, anyway, yeah. So I think I really like conceptually Descent into Avernus. I just feel like it was so poorly executed. And
I think it should be studied.
Yeah.
How not to pace an adventure.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I feel like Avernus would have been better off as a more setting book, like
I'd love a setting book for the Nine Hells,
like the plane chase, escape, whatever the feck they call it, type thing, rather than a campaign, because there is a lot to go through with all the Nine Hells and etc. So setting book. Weirdly enough, I think the problem with Avernus is the opposite issue with Ravnica. They should have just swapped teams for those books. If they just swapped teams for those books, all would have been fine. You'd have an Avernus setting book and a Ravnica campaign book. Because one is more about characters and the other's more about the location. Just like...
Yes, I wonder what that team is doing now. That'd be probably... I think they should swap them about. Also, weirdly, not many fiends in the monster manual. There's 9 levels of the Nine Hells, but not that many fiends.
Not many fiends in hell, the place that they live. Not many of them.
It seems like a bit of a missed opportunity for more devils.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 realms that are just big swamps.
Big swamp.
That'd probably change how they look.
Yeah. Like, I could see, like, some sort of weird, like, maybe like a devil ooze type thing, like a weird fiendish ooze. That's not a lemure, but, a bit stronger than what? Call it like I don't know, like a crimson clot or something.
It's not a bad name for it, actually. It's very gothic-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what have you been reading this week?
So I haven't been reading anything particularly to do with RPG stuff, but... I have been doing this cybersecurity course, and while it doesn't go massively into code, it does make me... Ironically, there's a thing, I was thinking about this, it does make me respect netrunners in Cyberpunk a heck of a lot more. From now I know some more the IRL kind of, anti-hacking defenses and stuff. I have a lot more respect for netrunners, because I can appreciate that. Yeah, in terms of security, there's a lot of monitoring, etc., that goes on. If you're actually on top of your cybersecurity stuff, it must be really hard to be a netrunner, because you're every day probably you might find some new crack, but by the next day, fucking Arasaka's probably patched it or come up with some new cybersecurity workaround for your hack or malware, or they've updated the systems.
Why so many office IT guys are quite grumpy.
Yeah,
they get a lot of requests.
Yeah. I feel bad for the low level Arasaka admins as well that have to deal with that kind of shit. Just I'm with the Arasaka IT admin department, and somebody else is asking, hey, my CyberEye connection to the web server isn't working, and you have to I have to explain to them, have you tried turning it off and on again? So no, you don't understand, it's not working. Have you plugged it in? Oh, right, I've got to
on?
Yeah, is it on? Have you put it into low latency mode? What's that?
Well, the flip side of that is when it's like a grandparent.
Yeah.
And it's the easiest IT fix in the world, but they make it sound like you've just done the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah. Bless
them. But that is the fix.
But yeah, so... I feel like I might want to start doing some more Cyberpunk stuff, just because I feel like I haven't looked into much the net running side of things, but I feel like knowing what I know about actual cybersecurity
Oh, no.
procedures and things, and how like networks and systems can be compartmentalized and things like that. So
Yeah.
you have different access rights at different levels, etc., etc. And I feel like I could actually write like some stuff for Cyberpunk Red if I get to grips with the Cyberpunk Red system. I can make some really interesting Netrunner stuff now, I think, that feels realistic.
I think you should use what you've learned on the course and make it a 1-to-1. You're really funny because we know nothing about coding.
Oh.
We all have to play Netrunners.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
No
sorry.
choice.
Do you have the bootlegger operating thing application on your device? No. Well, you can't see the hidden web pages then. What do you mean the hidden web pages? You can't see them.
What web pages?
Yeah, things like Putlocker or something where it's a program that you can use to see hidden web pages on sites. Very, very basic, rudimentary stuff, but it's like, yeah, I suppose they would need to find a way to find things like hidden admin pools, etc. Huh.
You'd be surprised how little people actually know about IT. Me myself
Yeah.
included.
So I might start doing that in like a Netrunner sense. It's like, yeah, you don't have this application yet, so you can't see hidden doors. You know, like in like early 1E where elves could see hidden doors and no other class can. Something like that, but for Netrunners. So it's like, yeah, you actually need to have the proper equipment to hack into systems, see secret doors to things like admin portals and unauthorized accessible areas, etc. You actually need the correct tools rather than just wandering around like some fucking Final Fantasy character.
We'll say like this last couple of years, I have actually got better at understanding at least Windows tech. But through the same app every time, because the Dinosaur Hunter app keeps occasionally remembering I don't actually have a disk drive.
It just keeps having a
So I have
wobbly.
to keep trying to Frankenstein 1996 era app back together.
Oh
Which
dear.
I'm not sure it's if this was some sort of IT arcane thing, it's more IT necromancy more than wizardry.
Yeah, I could totally see that. It's like with the whole UB Funkies thing, which got necromanced twice effectively, because at one point they had to update it. The community had to update it for modern operating system because it was a Windows XP application. So they had to make it like Windows 7 and up compatible. And then because it was a Flash game, they had to completely rewrite the APK system so that it was no longer Flash reliant. It got brought back from the dead twice.
Technology. That's so much fun. The best thing is about with the Dinosaur Hunter game having problems running it's effectively a load of JPEGs. But it's not a technically difficult game.
Yeah, the same is true with UB Funkies. I've actually edited some of the map files because they were literally just JPEGs.
So it's not like Crisis or anything. So
yeah. I can officially call myself a modder.
Yeah.
All I did was I think I put graffiti on a wall.
Amazing. Another thing I've been dabbling with lately is used it once or twice before, but there's a game called Active Worlds.
Mm.
Which was, I think I've mentioned it before. It's social media. It was an online social media platform thing before it was before Second Life. It's still active in 2025. Now, when I've been on there, maybe it's the hour, but there's like barely anyone on it. It's pretty much abandonware now. It's completely free. You can't pay for it, but it's completely free. And I actually found someone playing it.
Oh, spooky.
I actually chatted with someone on Active Worlds in 2025. It was really weird. It was actually like literally the 90s internet experience.
Wow.
Working with a complete stranger
Were they like also an abandonware enthusiast?
Yeah, they kind of were. They're like, yeah, it's kind of like the game. Apparently, there's a server where people go to actually have online parties there, which
Oh, that's
some
nice.
Saturday I am going to check out.
Wow. I think the only time I ever went to an online party was in the time when Simon Honeydew the Yogscast was still playing Final Fantasy 14. I went to a party in Final Fantasy 14 in someone's player home.
Nice.
We had like a bar and everything. I mean, you couldn't like actually buy drinks, but there was like a full bar and everything, and like nightclub vibes. It's really weird.
Were they
Fun, but
nightclub
really
prices
weird.
as well?
What?
Were the nightclub prices as well?
Well, you couldn't like actually buy anything, unfortunately, but you could like pretend, you could like role play and interact and stuff.
Just like the idea that you look at the price and go, "I'm gonna feel that one tomorrow."
Yeah.
On the door.
Yeah. And
speaking of playing on the door,
yeah. Oh, go on.
I'm going to that music fest, that country fest in like a week's time.
Yes.
So, Mitchell, being the knowing person he is, he knows someone who knows the guy that runs it.
Ah.
So there's a chance I'll be sitting in VIP.
Nice.
Pulling the douchey excuse of, yeah, I know the guy who runs it for potentially free drinks, which would be wild at a one-day festival like that because they're not cheap.
Nice. Living in the Mile High Club for a day.
Yeah, let's see if I remember it. Yeah.
So,
what have we got next?
On to our next section. Let's do Critical Fumble.
Oh, there's been so much choice for this in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So much choice. I suppose the obvious one would be this one came up recently. So in the US, obviously they've been protests gone with ICE, and after many years, Antifa is now officially a domestic terror group. Took a long time to get there, but now that's true. And there's videos coming out of them getting arrested, and they're acting all surprised. So I guess this is on the whole movement, being idiots, really. Not that they weren't doing that before, but now there's legal precedent to step in and say, right, stop in this. No, thank you. I don't follow a lot of what they do because I think they're kind of twats, to be honest. But the thing that's always got me with them is there is blood on their hands as a movement. Like a few years back, do you know there was they tried to set up autonomous zones in Portland. So there was like maybe half a year where there was no law in Portland, which is a crazy thing to say in the 21st century.
Yeah, that's a bit mental.
But a few people actually did die, but for very dumb reasons. Some people died because local gangs decided to take power themselves and start running rackets.
As they do.
And when people supposedly running it is, a load of LARPing activists that don't really know how to fight or run anything, they buckled very quickly. Pardon me. Then on top of that, there were people dying because when some of these shootings happened, they would openly attack the ambulance crews. Like in mobs, they would attack the ambulances that they called to deal with the problem that was happening under their, supposedly autonomous zone.
What?
And so eventually ambulance crews were going, and even police were like, we're just not going there. You get shot in Chaz and Chop, I guess you just die there.
Yeah, it's like, you stupid.
Turns out they were. That was a few years back. The funniest thing is it took like a week to pretty much install any proper power. Nothing happened for like half a year, and I think they got the National Guard in. They just steamrolled it.
Mm.
There's practically no resistance.
Just okay then. So, wow.
Yeah,
What a
it's just such a
moment.
funny movement to me in that way because they really want to be these like torch wielding rebels that are really cool and hardcore. Maybe they play too much Cyberpunk or something.
Yeah.
Now, but they don't actually have any ability to fight.
Yeah, it's
But
like
the thing they're
okay.
actually wanting
Okay, so
will result in a fight.
you're politically an anarchist, and your idea is like, survival of the strongest and the fittest and the best, right? Because that's how anarchy works. But you're not strong, fit, or intelligent. What?
Yes, yeah. They don't really make sense to me, and I'm kind of glad they're finally getting called terrorists because it's a bit. They really did. They've gone over that mark years ago.
Yeah.
It took so long to get through it. So that one's up to currently serving members of Antifa, and good luck. You will need it because now the government actually cares to stop you. So have fun with that one.
Yes.
What
So,
do you find out this week?
where is it? Where is it? I need to find it first.
Wizards.
Ah, yes. So, guess who's back in the news? It's Wizards of the Coast.
Wizards on this time.
Yeah. So they have released their 2026 release schedule for Magic the Gathering, and they've got
what franchise this time?
So the first set of the year is gonna be Lorwyn Eclipsed, which actually looks kind of cool. Give them credit. I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. We've been long overdue for going back to Lorwyn. That's like the elf plane, basically, where elves first started really appearing. Kithkin's boggarts and stuff. We it's kind of Feywild-esque kind of thing. So that was good. Except, apparently the whole setting goes around. Basically, the whole plot of this episode is Strixhaven students on their journey through this plane, and I'm like, yay!
Really,
yay.
really pushing Strixhaven again.
Yeah, it of course gets worse because the next set afterwards is a full-on Strixhaven set again. Secrets of Strixhaven. It's like, we didn't enjoy Strixhaven that much the last time. You bootleg Harry Potter.
So will there be a barista card? That'll be pushing really hard.
Probably. That's April. Oh, and also we're getting a fucking novel for Strixhaven as well called Omens of Chaos. Great. Because we really need a novel on that. And not, I don't know, Lorwyn. The plane we haven't visited in fucking nearly 10 years.
If it wasn't costing so much money, I'd weirdly respect them for trying to make this work.
Yeah. And the next set after that is Marvel Superheroes, which is just like...
Oh, God.
Great.
Right, so Spider-Man, apparently not Marvel enough for you.
Yeah, and Spider-Man, the set, by the way, isn't doing so great. It's not immediately sold out like Final Fantasy was. In fact, most people are selling the packs at retail price and are struggling to sell it. Because the set is just not that interesting mechanically.
I suppose when you have Spider-Man and Spider-Man 25 and Spider-Man 79, and if you vary with Spider-Man, I can kind of see the problem.
Yeah, so Marvel Superheroes is going to be June 2026. Then August, we're getting a Hobbit-themed set. Which I'm just like...
Interesting.
Okay, I mean, I like The Hobbit, but... surely you should have put the little bits of Hobbit stuff in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, make that a bigger set. And then we have October 2026 Reality Fracture, which we don't really know what that set's going to be about.
We could have to guess.
I guess it's going to be...
It's going to be a franchise.
No, I don't... No, it's not. It's a Universes Within thing, apparently, so far, as we understand it. It's just... It's to do with the culmination of the current saga, I think.
Okay.
I just hope it's not their way of trying to grandfather in Universes Beyond in Magic canon.
Yes. Well, speaking of Magic, last Thursday, they've showed me a card that I find very, very funny.
Oh?
It's a creature type as well. Um, it's a creature type of thing which has one card in it.
Is it Uncle Istvan?
Yeah, obviously showed you as well.
Yeah. Uncle Istvan is a very popular meme in the community. Just Uncle
I
Istvan. I love Uncle
think
Istvan.
I would happily play this as a deck just to annoy people.
It's quite funny.
No, it's creature human. That's no fair. No, it needs to be just his own.
Yeah.
There we go. There's the one I'm thinking of.
But yeah, here's another weird one. So November 2026, the final set of that year, Star Trek.
Yeah. That is a choice.
Yeah, so we had last month Edge of Eternities, which was a space-themed set. They could have very easily, like some previous sets, like the Ixalan having Jurassic Park in it, they could have had Star Trek be an insert slot for that set rather than having its own full weird set, which really makes no sense being in Magic, like, at all. Even less sense in the in-universe blinking Edge of Eternities. Why? I don't get it. Like, Doctor Who was pushing it, but this is beyond jumping the shark.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, pardon me. No, I don't know. At this point, I believe any franchise randomly showing up a Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
They've sort of jumped the shark a long time
The
ago.
other crazy thing about Star Trek is, from what I understand, is this is a really bad choice from a merch perspective, because the trading card series for Star Trek famously sold very poorly as well. So
Oh dear.
yeah, so it's not even like making Star Trek cards is a good idea because even Star Trek fans don't want cards. They want replica weapons and replica ships and stuff and costumes and whatever.
Star Trek fans I find them quite interesting because I'm not going to say they're more academic because it's still a kind of a funny sci-fi show. But Star Trek just always carried itself with a bit more, for the most part, a bit more seriousness.
Yes.
So even when it was silly, there was quite a lot of philosophy in it, especially with like Next Generation and stuff. So I quite like Star Trek fans.
And also,
they realise it's a show.
Yeah.
They also like the good writing.
And also, like, the modern Star Trek stuff, like the movies and stuff, kind of flopped, from what I understand it, but not that popular. So it's not even like there's a new fan base for Star Trek. Like, a lot of them are like my uncle's age, late 40s, mid, 50s and up. Like, a lot of those people probably aren't playing Magic.
Yeah, some of my friends' dads are massively into Star Trek and Babylon 5 and that era of sci-fi.
It's like, who is this supposed to appeal to?
Yeah, it's almost dad sci-fi at this point, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Star Wars went the theme park route, had some fun with it. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But Star Trek deliberately was trying to go off the strength of the writing more than the actual action, which was usually awful for Star Trek. Ever seen the Star Trek fight scene?
Yeah.
I think the remakes are kind of odd because again they didn't have an audience. Not really. People that are already into Star Trek aren't going to be into turning Star Trek into an action movie. That's not what they bother with Star Trek. And people that like action movies think Star Trek is just not what they want anyway. So kind of a doomed venture from the start.
Here's another critical fumble on top of the previous critical fumble from the same people. So they've announced for Halloween era, for their Halloween Super Drop, Secret Lair X PlayStation. Do you want to guess the franchise who they decided to go with for Secret Lair X PlayStation?
Broken God.
No.
No, I wish. What is it?
So we've got God of War, makes sense. We've got one for God of War Greece and one for God of War Norse for some reason.
Yep.
We've got Uncharted, makes sense. Horizon, fair enough.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima, which I am actually excited for.
That could be good.
And The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, what? Why would you?
Yeah.
Don't bring. They should just let that die. Just stop bringing it up.
So
It always tanks sales.
let's point out Secret Lair X PlayStation. No Crash Bandicoot, no Spyro, none of the actual fucking mascots of Sony or any of the classics.
You know what? A Blood Bowl one's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a little bit hot. And also,
No
Spyro,
Ratchet and Clank. Another massive PS exclusive thing. No Jack and Daxter, another massive PS exclusive thing.
Yeah.
They haven't even done Astro Bot, and that was a relatively new thing that was quite popular.
Okay. Yeah, that's better than going for modern.
Yeah, and I get that some of this they're trying to go with the horror angle, but because of Halloween.
I'm sure you'd throw up. Okay, my thought, when I think PS2 horror, my first thought, Resident Evil.
I guess the thing with that, though, is that as a franchise, Resident Evil is no longer specifically a PlayStation thing. I guess would be their argument.
Or I think stuff like Outlast.
Outlast, yeah.
At one point. The Last of Us is still a good pick, because that's somewhat recent, and the first one, at least, is well loved. But then you get a bit obscure. You could have, like... they would never publish this, but imagine like a Rule of Rose set.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't do Kudelka. That's it. No, Shadow Heart they could.
Yeah. Another good horror one that is right fucking there is Death Stranding. That would have gone really well in fucking in a Halloween Super Drop. The Yakuza series, most of that was PS exclusive for a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
the problem when you drop something like that in October is the expectation is it's going to be horror based.
Yes.
It's it's spooky month, so you do the spooky thing in spooky month.
Yeah. It just gets me that they did 2 God of War ones and 2 The Last of Us ones when they could have picked other properties rather than just splitting.
They could have rolled it into one, frankly.
Yeah.
They didn't need to do 2. Or, even better, just release them maybe a year or 2 apart.
Yeah.
So you got the Norse set first, then you do the Greek set after.
They could have done a Little Big Planet thing as well. Maybe they could have done one that was like, mascots and just do a Little Big Planet card, like they did for the Sonic one. So like mechanically unique stuff. So a Little Big Planet card, a Crash card, a Spyro card, a Ratchet and Clank card, something else as like mechanically unique cards, instead of 2 The Last of Us ones, where again The Last of Us 2 was pretty mixed in terms of its reception, and for good reason. And as much as I like the God of War, they could have just made it 1 Secret Lair rather than 2.
Yeah, that's the obvious pick. Pardon me.
Because, like, particularly with like the Crash Bandicoot type stuff, is that is something that's perfect for a Secret Lair because you couldn't really make a set on it because it is a bit too not magic. Kind of like the SpongeBob Secret Lair of just put it in a secret lair so that people who want to engage with it can engage with it and the rest don't really have to. Done. And then save God of War for an actual set.
Release.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop it not in October.
Yeah, like make it an actual playable, draftable set of cards. Because it's literally a series. How many games, God of War games are there? Like 5 or 6?
So many.
Yeah, like there is enough there to there is enough there to make an entire like full Magic the Gathering set out of why.
So there's there's about 5 main games, and I think there's about 3 other side ones.
Yeah,
on the PSP and stuff.
It's like, why make this 2 Secret Lairs and you could have made it an entire set?
Oh, we're going to do a separate sets. Just wait. the problem they keep running into is they have this sort of like Games Workshop has their rumor mill
Yeah.
where they just keep pushing more and more and more stuff, but they're not giving people time to buy the things to get used to it.
Here's another exclusive they could have done as a as a Secret Lair thing instead. The fucking Infamous series. Okay, it's not the most popular or well-known of the PlayStation exclusive series, but it's still one of the exclusive series of all time that was kind of interesting.
It is actually exclusive.
Yeah.
I do give it that.
Yeah. And it's like, bro. I don't get whether I don't get Wiz the Coast's idea sometimes.
They certainly have them.
Yeah,
but
again, ones. It's annoying because I have to give them credit at the same time. Horizon Zero Dawn is probably one of the good ones to put as a Secret Lair because again, while there are interesting creatures in there, there's not a whole lot you could do with Horizon Zero Dawn, I suppose.
Yeah, I could see that.
And Ghost of Tsushima, same kind of thing, but it isn't. But that's probably one of the cooler things, property-wise, they have exclusive. So yeah, I can see that.
Also, Samurai are an easy sell.
Yeah.
That's just Samurai and Mongols. Perfect, great.
But yeah, I would have probably done Bloodborne instead of The Last of Us Secret Lairs. I would have done Bloodborne, honestly.
Yeah. Another, if we're going to do Last of Us Part 2, are they going by the show art or the game art? Because that's going to be divisive.
I can send you a picture, and I can send you the fucking because they went there. So the first 2 cards that were revealed for the Part 2 Secret Lair were, of course.
Oh no, Happy. Okay, that's more game art. That's a smart play.
Yeah, so that's what.
Yes, definitely more game art.
Yeah.
That's actually that's a smart idea, even though it's not. Well, smart relative.
A smart relative, yeah. They had to go with a fucking revenge arc Ellie though, because fucking course they did. Yes, let's go with the character ruiner arc because that makes total fucking sense.
It is baffling they keep trying to bring this back.
It's not so much as flogging a dead horse as playing a xylophone on the skeleton of the very, very decayed dead horse.
Wait, hang on a second. So you summon Abby, and do they secretly hate Abby as a character? Because when you have to play this card, it enters the control of an opposing player you choose.
So Abby, she enters the control of an opponent of your choice. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at the effect yet, to be honest, but that's a really fucking weird effect.
I could see people going, I know you hate this, have Abby.
Yeah, it's not even in the correct colours for here, have this, my opponent deck. Yeah, black is usually the colour for here, have this weird thing, Lamau.
Also, wouldn't black be the perfect colour for a Last of Us set?
Yeah. The other thing is as well is that this kind of contrasts with, I think was it Rick, Fearless Leader? From the Walking Dead Secret Lair, where... No, maybe it's not. But basically, there was a card from the Walking Dead Secret Lair that when you summoned him, when he entered the battlefield, a target opponent creates a 2/2 Walker token. So they should have done it the same way round as the fucking Walking Dead one of, okay, give your opponent a certain amount of cordyceps infected equal to the amount of event to cast them or whatever, and then punish your opponent with another card for having cordyceps infected or something like that. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I could see it.
It's like, bro, what?
I just got the implication that Abby's so unlikable, she's just like, here, have it. And also, while you have some tokens that you didn't ask for.
Yeah. Also, here's another funny one, and members of the Magic community have been making jokes about this already. Because of the name. So,
Brickmaster.
for those who have never played a card game before, it's important to note that in card game nomenclature, to brick means to draw a starting hand that is completely useless. So calling some character Brickmaster does not bode anyone with any level of confidence whatsoever.
I read that literally, and I just imagine Ellie training in a dojo just to fight with bricks.
Yeah.
Like many years.
I don't know.
It's a very silly
I
idea.
assume this is some The Last of Us 1 thing where she uses bricks a lot, but it's just like, okay.
I guess she uses bricks a lot. It's not one of her core traits. I'll be honest.
Yeah, and oh look, it's a card that whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, that attacking player creates a tapped 1/1 black fungus on. Yeah, name cordyceps effective. So this card has something that gives that potentially forces your opponents to create cordyceps infected. Why doesn't the other one do that? Makes no sense.
I think it's funny that the survivors are making zombie tokens. That seems a bit thematically off.
Yeah, but I suppose like how else do you fit in the zombies? I guess, but because there's no like zombie villain in The Last of Us, is there?
Separate god for that, but more thinking. Surely Ellie Brickmaster, the effect it should be a brick token.
Bricks. But I don't know, like like when she enters the battlefield, make a number of brick tokens equal to the number of opponents you have. Bricks have tap, sacrifice this artifact, destroy target zombie. There we go. In 10 seconds, I've come up with a better idea for a card effect. I come up with a better card effect than whatever Wizards of the Coast came up with. Make a token that destroys a very narrow creature type. Yeah, it's a fucking bruh. Anyway, that is all of the Halloween Secret Lair super drops. Oh, I will show you briefly Kratos, because Kratos is cool.
Oh, which
they
one?
actually did Kratos pretty good.
Or...
That's Greek Kratos, Greek hero Kratos.
Cool.
It's just simple,
2-3,
effective.
That seems off. I'm sorry.
It's because he's triple
2-3 seems a bit.
He has double strike, so he'll hit twice in combat. So he's effectively a 4/3 with haste that also hits opponents. Yeah.
But maybe there's a problem with like writing a god character into your game. Like how do you not overpower them?
I mean,
it's good though.
Magic has had gods before. We've had god creatures before, so. Not too far fetched.
The bouncing, that's really weird.
Yeah, that's.
You know what? Now I'm looking at him. You know what? That technically means that Abby from The Last of Us is technically more powerful than this card. Which is very silly.
You're right there. Yeah, that's really fucking stupid.
That's really funny. See, this is what I thought. Right, that Kratos got to be at least a 4 something, right? Because he's he's a big lad. Also, new type, God Warrior.
No, so God is a creature type. God is a creature type that already exists. It was introduced in Arm and Cat with the. Actually, no, it was introduced in Theros. Actually, no, hush my mouth. The Theros gods. So gods have been around since Theros.
What about God Warrior?
So Warrior is a separate. So Warrior is a class.
Okay, so just combined the two.
It counts as a creature type, but they are classes technically in the Magic the Gathering creature type system. So yeah, so Warrior is a separate addendum to that. So he might be the first God Warrior, because I think we've had like Bat God and a few others. I don't think we've had a Warrior God yet, but that's 2 separate types basically. Oh, they're only treated as one type. There's a hyphen between them.
Unfair.
Like Time Lord.
Just give me ideas for very strange creature type decks.
Also, this is the first instance of partner, father, and son. I don't know why they have partner, father, and son, considering... Does he have a different son? Does he have more than one son? Yeah, so why doesn't he just say partners with Atreus? Why is it partner, father, and son?
It could be anyone's son. It's not fussy, Kratos.
That's a weird one. That's a really weird one. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, there's a Survivor. There's Best Friends Forever from the what is it? Stranger Things Secret Lair. Why do they keep remaking Partner? They just let them partner with anything. Just partner. Stop reinventing the wheel. Stop it. It's really annoying.
Yeah, so there's a little one.
Partner is not that strong of a mechanic anyway, even if these guys were part of the main partner pool. If you actually made more things actually partner properly, people could actually build decent 4-color decks. You know, the one color combination, the number of color combinations that is really hard to make because Wizards doesn't make 4-color commanders anymore for some reason.
How would you even balance that? That's just a mess.
To be fair, you can get 5-color commanders, so 4 is actually less egregious than that. And 5-color does work. It's just,
really?
Yeah, you can make decent 5-color stuff. It's just like, but it's like 4 is like the weird black sheep. It's just like, why is there so few decent 4-color decks that are possible in Commander? Well, that's because there's not that many 4-color commanders, and it's very hard to make a 4-color partner because they keep doing shit like this.
What we got? Stoic Fight. That makes sense. Yeah, the only outlier is like Brickmaster.
Brickmaster. And
That's the other name's kind of fit. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you the Ghost of Tsushima card that we've seen,
Ooh,
which looks
the
fucking
gin.
awesome.
Yeah, that is a weird requirement to summon the guy, but I get it.
Yeah.
2/4. 2/4, huh? Okay.
Double strike again though.
Seems
He can get double strike, so and he can give other things double strike as well, in theory.
That is pretty cool. Okay.
And he can also potentially make himself or the creature attacking unblockable. So, and again, much like with Kratos, because of that type of ability they have, it works well in equipment deck. So, if built correctly, if you want to build it that way, Jin Sakai and or Kratos will not be 2/4s for long. Or 2/3s for long. Because you just slap a bunch of equipment on it and suddenly like an 18/18 that can potentially commander damage one-shot somebody off the board. So, it's a 10/10. It's an 11/11 with double strike. Oh, and because of this guy, he's unblockable. This opponent just dies now. Lamau. So I do see that, and that's the cool aspect of it. It's just like, there are so many, like, why? I have several questions, and none of them are good.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot of stuff. I hope they actually release it in a time that people can get used to the new meta before it changes again.
Yeah, scene. Where is it? I got another critical fumble, if I can find it.
Oh.
And that is, it's more of a joke fumble, but that is, if you've ever played Final Fantasy 15, what is wrong with Prompto's face? Why does it look like he has just nutted? It's the bottom left corner, by the way.
Oh, I see him.
It looks like he's got
he's loving that.
Yeah, he's experiencing post-nut clarity, it looks like.
He just had whatever, he just ate whatever is, he made the next one along.
Yeah. It's like... It's annoying we don't get to see that much of the Chocobo, because, I like a good bird. But yeah, these are from so they're releasing more Final Fantasy stuff, which is good. That's, clap Wizards, you remember to restock on things, and then making scene bundles like they did for the Lord of the Rings stuff, and they're actually kind of cool because they're targeting the... Oh, I'll wait for him to get back on. Hello? Yeah. So, you're back. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're doing scene bundles like they did with Lord of the Rings, and that's a good idea. I like that, and it focuses on the games they didn't do for the Commander decks. So I think it's 15. The third one. Where is it? Yes, I think 9. Was it? Yeah, Final Fantasy 1, Garland at the Chaos Shrine, Final Fantasy 8, Children of Fate, Final Fantasy 9, The Siege of Alexandria, and Final Fantasy 15, Camp Comrades. So they focused on the scenes for the ones they didn't do the Commander decks, which makes sense. And also,
there's a very
yeah,
there's a very obvious one for 10. There's a few very ones for 10 that'd be a bit fantastic that people would eat up in a heartbeat.
And because they're intelligent and realize that this card is not only meta but also kind of mental, I believe they reprinted VV, or possibly, or did they reprint VV?
Oh, nice. Is that the one that sold up immediately?
Let me just check the scene. Actually, Final Fantasy scene box, Final Fantasy 9 scene. I think they reprinted VV. I think. I can't see the scene for the scene box, annoyingly. That's 15.
It'd be good to do. What would be a good scene for that?
Let me see if I could find it elsewhere, because I can't seem to blinking find it on the fucking... I can't Google search it, because Google is... Because I think it was... No, because it wasn't even leaked. Yeah, like, bruh, it was officially spawned. I can't blinking find it now. Stupid! Bruh. Well, I have sources, thankfully. I like a good little journalist. Right, where's the blinking thing? That's... Oh! Here's... while I'm at it, here's more of the Last of Us ones that I just spotted. I'll just copy that for a second while I look for the next thing. Emptiness. Oh, my throat. Where the feck? Ugh, I'm scrolling up through Discord to try and find the blinking thing. Ah! Oh, no, they didn't. So I thought they did, but it's just a card with VV artwork on it. That's a bloody annoying. I thought for a second they'd reprinted VV, and they haven't. They've just reprinted a card that looks like VV.
That's really confusing.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. What if it's just one of the Blue Mage clones? The many Blue Mage clones.
Oh, my days. That would be ridiculous. Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, you could just that could be a whole archetype, just black mages. Just a whole deck of them.
Yeah. So, where's the fucking... I just want to see the whole fucking scene. Why is there no Google Images on this bastard thing? Why is this so hard to find? Here's the scene, but it's not the actual cards, but here's the actual scene that I will show you. Basically the full image of the scene without any cut, rules text.
What?
Which is that.
Oh, Jesus. Pardon me. Just okay. I think I know where that's from.
Yeah, and then instead of actually reprinting VV, they did this. Geniuses.
It's a bit unfortunate. It looks like VV's just like cartoonishly jumping up in the air because he's just scorched his bum.
No, you know what it is. VV's on a tactical rock.
Oh, wow. Okay. That makes much more sense.
It's a tactical rock moment. See, even card games have tactical rock moments now.
It does do a really good job of actually making. I think his name was Amaranth or something. Make him actually look cool.
Yes, yeah.
That's quite hard to pull off.
Is it the hair?
Yeah. It's just also he was weird to recruit. Like you could. It's one of the optional characters. You could completely miss him.
Hmm.
Like he just shows up as one of those edgy loner types. You have to do a couple of very specific things to recruit him at all. By that point,
Ooh.
you've probably got a decent party already going. First time,
Yeah.
you're not going to know how to do it. He's really not relevant to the plot, like at all.
Yes, his name is Amaranth. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
See,
there we are.
Amaranth got I don't know if it was a new card. I guess it must be but Amaranth got yeah, his card is actually him. Pretty sure. His card is actually him, so why did they decide, nah, let's not have VVBVV? That would be stupid. That would be really dumb, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Let's have a look at it. Yep, Mark, makes sense. Yeah, that is 5. Wow.
So he's technically stronger than the God of War. Let's not ask too many questions.
He's stronger than Abby.
He's too powerful. Oh boy. Yeah, Wizards'
I like
power
how-
scaling's a bit fucked at the moment, I feel like. Anyway, that's all the Coast news, and there was a lot of it, and most of it wasn't that good. Unsurprisingly. But yes, so shall we move on to our homebrew of the week before we get even more bogged down with stupid things Wizards of the Coast have done this week?
You could be here all day. Yes. Pardon me. There we are. Yeah. So I think the theme was I forget the exact. What it was hazards, wasn't it?
Environmental hazard.
There we are. Yes. So I took that as an excuse to do some dungeon rooms
Nice.
because I periodically watch people play through the earlier Tomb Raider games and some of the level editor stuff.
Nice.
And you can knock the controls of those games quite properly because then they're pretty janky now. However, as far as level design goes, it's perfect for D&D because everything's in squares. It's pretty much a 1-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done a sort of temple overgrown, something you might see in Tomb Raider 3. And the real key player are the actual hazards. So it's got like an open chamber, nice 4 pillars, raised balcony 30 feet up. I like game players to have to climb stuff. Because that's something you don't have to do a lot of. So put that in. But actual hazards are not really. I've had a little check of these. I didn't find them, so I've made a new type of mephit for this because I like
Nice.
mephits. It's the death burst. They're nice and easy to kill, but they've a nice little surprise afterwards.
Yeah.
Called vine mephit, sort of viney and plant based. Obviously, can't poison them. Vulnerable to fire, of course. It's just a DC 12 con or piercing damage. There's a burst of thorns and poisoned, which is fun. Otherwise, they're mephits. They're not exactly scary. But look like imps. They do get a thorn attack 3 times a day,
Nice.
which is 20 foot, 60 foot. Nice and annoying for level 1s. Thought it'd be neat. One of the rules I've actually come up with is the terrain being something as simple as knotted vines.
Yeah.
So it functions as regular or difficult terrain for all normal purposes. But if you try and dash through it, you're going to make a dex save or you trip and fall onto your face.
Makes sense. Smack.
I think there should be more mundane terrain like that. It's in the way.
Yeah.
And having just this weekend walking over small rocks on a reservoir. Yeah, difficult terrain is actually a pain in the ass. You can't really do much on it. Another thing I've done with is there we are. Yeah, so I've got an observatory on the top balcony, which would lead to deeper into the actual thing. There's also classic difficult terrain, but I like little encounters like this that aren't fatal, but they're just flavorful. But this place is basically a ruin. To reflect that, there's a little side room with some loot in it. But there's also some loose rubble in it. So basically, enter the room, deck save, or take a brick to the head.
Donk.
Yeah, because it's D&D is a game we spend a lot of time in ruined buildings.
Yeah.
But there's not many effects for actually dealing with the consequences of things being ruins. It was kind of weird.
Mm.
So I thought put a bit of that.
It is
into
another
it.
thing, actually. I don't know. I didn't actually do it for this week's one, but I might do it for later on. Is that ruined? You know, if you ever like looked at abandoned building explorers, urban explorers, there's this thing with like stagnant or still water, or whatever. You know, it's like actually really fucking dangerous. If it's like that
kind what it does, but it's just septic and it's
septic, and they tend to have like brain-eating amoebas in them. Like, you know, like very dangerous. Like,
flesh-eating bacteria.
Yeah, it's like ooh fuck kind of deal. It's like really dangerous. Yeah, and you don't really see that much in ruins, even though the same thing would really apply if a place has been ruined for hundreds of years. They're just stagnant, standing water.
Yeah, probably that. Didn't think of that. Well, never mind. Yeah. So, what have you come up with for this week?
So, I have done a little booklet called "Perils of the Swamp," a series of naturally occurring traps and hazards. There's a couple different categories, and I might expand on them later. So, we've got vents. These are different types of vents. So, we've got steam vents. So they, DC 15 dex save, deals fire damage, have no success. But I've also added for some of these that do damage, the damage increases by an amount at different adventure levels. So they are scalable depending on the level of adventure you're going with. So if it's like a level 5, if it's fit for level 5 adventurers, it's 2d8. It's 3d8 if it's level 10 and up. 4 if it's level 15 and up. So it always feels like it's a problem. Rather than, if it's like really high level, it's just 1d8 damage, it did like 4 damage to me, that's nothing. It always feels like there's a danger to them.
That's a really good idea. I should probably implement that. So So I do I write a fair few of them, but they always set damage.
The next vent is miasmic vents. You need to do a con save to avoid this. Basically, like fermenting flower matter kind of creates this weird, like toxic, sleepy chemical, like Rafflesia type stuff, and it just inflicts unconscious as if by the sleep spell. You repeat the save on each subsequent turn, or the effect ends after 10 minutes otherwise. So annoying in combat, manageable out of combat. Then we have the toxic pocket. This is where fermented animal matter produces large quantities of sulfur and methane that gets trapped in large pockets of bog, as would happen in a swamp. I try to go like realistic with this rather than like full fantasy. So another con save based thing, so you could accidentally step on, something that looks like it's safe ground but just goes, and it does poison damage, 1d10 poison damage, inflicts the poison condition for 3 days.
Yep.
And can be
that. That's meaningful. I like that.
Yeah.
I think this booklet would probably. It's good for D&D, but there's a game it works better for. I think I brought up. I remember Talislanter a couple of times on the podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
It's Talislanter. It's magic is pretty much non-existent, so you've got to deal with natural stuff. So this would be great.
The next category is pits, because different types of pits. Because not everything is a vent. There's a bone pit, so the bones of long dead creatures, they are brittle but will shatter on impact, embedding themselves in your fortunate victim. Because, hey, I was like, what's the kind of like natural spike pit? Well, I guess bones, really. You fall on some really nasty bones, they'll shatter into shards into you. And it's a DCX 18 dex save because, basically if you fall into it, because it's hard to detect. Unless you've actually detected it, like you're middle of a pit, it is 4d6 piercing damage and 2 levels of bleeding, unless the creature has thick armor. So if you've got thick armor, you'll be fine.
Heavy armor?
But yeah, or if it's like thick leather, like studded leather. If they are in thick armor, it deals the damage to the armor instead and reduces the AC given by the armor by 2 if applicable. So you're still okay if you've armored up, but it will fuck your armor because again, bone shards will just tear armor to shreds, basically.
Yeah, spikes will do that.
Yeah. The next pit is Quagmire, so it's just basically like swamp quicksand, effectively. You can fall in. You need to do a strength save to get out. If you're in Quagmire, your movement speed is reduced to 0 until they pass a DC 15 strength check to get out. Funnily enough, this is one with a variable save, so DC 13 dex save if walking, DC 18 if running, because, again, if you're running, you're paying less attention to where you're going, and the Quagmire looks like the rest of the swamp, apart from the fact that it looks a bit more liquidy. And the creature can suffocate if trapped for too long. I didn't put anything about suffocation damage, as I believe that's in the standard rules anyway. And next is Deep Pit. So it's just a really deep pit, deals 4 damage. You can dex save to halve the damage by, trying to slow yourself on the walls. But this is one that could lead to caves or other natural dungeons as a DM tooltip. And there's a variant rare version which could lead to old mine shafts because, hey, like quarries and stuff have like things, and if it wasn't always a swamp, it might have overgrown or quagged over an old like mine shaft hole.
Fair enough.
Then there's Acidic Puddle. It's just like a puddle of acid. This is a lot. The dex save for this is only DC 11 because it's easily visible, because this is like the kind of pit that isn't covered. It just deals 1d6 acid damage when you fall into it. I guess you could, yeah. I don't know if acid, because some acids don't smell, do they? Like I don't think hydrochloric has a smell. But yeah, it does 1d6 damage when you fall in it, or if a creature starts its turn in it. So on average, it will do 2d6 acid damage, because you will.
Per turn?
Yeah. Damage increases to 2d6 at adventure level 5, 4d6 at adventure level 10, and at adventure level 10 also reduces armor by 2, and 66 and dissolves non-magic armor at adventure level 15. So again, scaling difficulty and also scaling problems, because I felt like armor dissolving at a low level was like kind of cruel, but it makes sense at higher levels.
Higher level, all right.
Yeah. And one nasty one is the crawler nest, because there are things that sleep in the marshy mud. So when triggered, it disturbs a carrion crawler.
Well, they're not fun.
Yeah, this increases to 1d3 carrion crawlers at adventure level 10 and up. Include variants at DM's discretion. Let's say, for example, like juvenile carrion crawls or grubs or whatever, or like weird variants. Because again, it makes sense to have something that's a creature-based natural trap in these things as well, every so often.
Oh, is it
bit like those rocks in Harakir that weren't rocks.
Oh yeah, they're the Basarios.
Yeah.
Not an original one, but it was such a cool idea.
Yeah. And then we have
Do you have the...
What?
Carry on. But do you have the equivalent of like a swamp octopus? Because that's always quite a fun.
No, I should do that. But we move on to
the water.
Move on to the other category. We have acid rain, just a passive weather effect. Can't save against it because it's literally rain. Just get under cover, idiot.
It's raining.
Deals a point of acid damage each round. Affects armor instead if a creature is covered head to toe in clothing or armor. So if you're completely covered in armor, like from head to toe, your armor will take the damage instead, which makes sense.
Right.
And again, just like, it's a passive, might be annoying in combat, makes people think more about where they're standing type of effect.
Makes swamps dangerous.
Yeah. And then the last one is a bit more magical, a bit more weird. Volatile Soul Gem.
Oh.
So it's an old weathered soul gem left in a dead and hollow tree. how it did get there. It could have been an old stash. Someone might have stashed it there. Could have been the loot of a dead adventurer. Or if it's like certain settings, maybe it just grew there if it's like a weird natural phenomenon. Anyway,
No, that's fair. That happens.
it blows up when you get too close because volatile things. DC 15 wisdom save. Deals 3d4 force damage, halved on a success. So it's one of those few things that deals force damage. But I
like force damage.
Yeah, there's an interesting aside to this, which requires the DM to roll a percentile. Because it has a 20% chance to animate the tree, which is based on the part of the stat block of the treant, which can animate trees. Nothing else in D&D animates trees, not even a spell. Don't know why.
Yeah, druid should be all about that.
Yeah, or it can animate dead if there's dead nearby. The resulting animated creature is hostile to all nearby creatures. It's like a weird, wild magic moment. And actually,
is the animated thing resistant to magic?
Would be no, I just went by like what's its basic stat. What would its basic stat block be, basically?
Fair enough.
So if it's a skeleton, it'd be a basic skeleton, etc.
Fair. That's all right.
Basically, the idea would be, I guess, the soul that's trapped in there just possesses the nearest inanimate thing.
Okay, that's quite a fun effect.
Yeah, and that was all I've done so far. But again, if we roll revisit something, I might do this as another thing, or I might just do this in my own time anyway, because natural phenomenon based exploration is interesting, and swamps are, I think. Swamps aren't really used much in D&D either. Like,
I quite like them personally, but then I ride a lot of beasts and things get weird in a swamp.
Yeah, and it has that kind of like dark gothic atmosphere. Very, very, very Witcher.
I'd say I've gone very TSR with that one. That's very low fantasy. Almost Conan the Barbarian-esque there, rather than the high fantasy stuff. That's cool, though. I like it.
Where the environment is more of an enemy than the actual enemies are.
Man, the enemies are pretty rough in the swamp as well.
Yeah. So that's my homebrew of the week. Do we have any closing thoughts? I appreciate we've run on a little bit because of
we've gone a while. Wizards of the Coast. Talk our time again. Do I have any closing thoughts? Yes, actually, I do. I'm still in the process of arranging this, but I am thinking of next May. Hetty is going to try. I've asked to. She's going to be doing another Great Birmingham Run.
Nice.
No, that's in the books for next year. So as part of my fundraising, I want to do some streaming.
Nice.
My thought was. It's something I could do largely for free, and it's also thematic. Like a lot of what the hospice does is dealing with people and helping people with dementia, Alzheimer's, and what also fits my thing of abandonware. So perhaps for the hospice, I would love to stream some abandonware and specifically active worlds. Because I've seen so few people on it. It's pretty much a dead game. So I thought, what fits the theme of old memories other than one of the oldest social media apps on the internet?
Wow.
I'll just do what Vinny would have done like 2014 and just have a route around some of my favorite rooms. And the thing as well that make it funny is some of these rooms actually have people's pictures in from God knows when they were taken. Sometimes they have the year on. We've got like a Hall of Fame thing. So I think it'd be quite a good way to get some fundraising done.
Yeah.
All for a good cause. That would also mean I don't have to stand on my feet sweating in a costume for about 4 or 5 hours a day.
Nice.
Just so that'd be I will drop details of what I'm going to actually plan to do that, because I want to talk to hospice first to confirm that.
Yeah.
And so I can get their official label on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Ah. Well, My closing thought is I had a Cadbury flake for the first time in several years, and yeah, they're still very, very good. The crumbliness makes it better. Not Spun, by the way, but Cadbury, if you'd like to get in touch, you could pay me in chocolate. I'm just saying. Official sponsor of the channel.
Yeah, I would accept that. It would be nice. It's like you're like a reverse samurai. You get paid in food rather than cash.
Yeah.
Stipend.
Does Kellogg start paying me in Rice Krispies? Anyway, so this is it from the modern chocolate fueled samurai Chaotic Jexek, and from Byzantia Dev, who do you want to give yourself a
listening again?
Yes. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah. There's one more thing we forgot.
Oh, the wheel!
The wheel!
Of course! Quick! Spin the wheel!
Quick, it's running away! What's on the wheel? Oh, good. The swamps, we're doing some new terrain. Desert culture.
Yay!
Perfect. Anything from
Nice.
desert culture. It's pretty broad, but
okay.
I think we got some.
Coolio. Right. We're gonna raid Ghosting By, which also is weirdly thematic. They are playing Dread, or is it Dredge? One of the two.
Ooh.
So we'll see you guys soon.
Perfect. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.